Technology is reshaping our lives. It dramatically changed the way we live, the way we learn, the way we work, and the way we communicate. Technology has tremendous potential to connect us with one another. But there are still people who remain unreached, disconnected, and deprived of digital opportunities. Tech4ED centers serve as hubs that enable skills training and job opportunities.
We have more than 4,000 registered users, and about 67% are women, and majority composed of students as our beneficiaries. And why women? Because we are gender responsive, so all our programs are aligned with the gender and development program of our province.
Na tutunan ko yung ibang skills na dapat sa ibang schools na dapat per years dapat maano mo lang dito ng mabilisan ng mga months, mga 3 months, makakuha mo lang agad tapos maka-work agad.
This program helped me by finding a job and of course gaining more confidence as well. I was able to gain knowledge about the BPOs, on how does the environment work and how am I going to interact with my future customers.
As of now, as I was the call center agent, so I see that difference because as of now I'm earning more than I have earned before as a tricycle driver.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening?
Magandang araw and welcome to NOLITC's Gender and Development Webinar. March of every year is declared as the National Women's Month. This year's theme, We Make Change Work for Women, aims to highlight the empowerment of women as active contributors and claim holders of development. The birth of modern technology and its advancements in this day and age bridges the proximity between families who are separated in an attempt to improve their quality of life. OFW women find it necessary to use digital technology for livelihood, entrepreneurship, and skills development. Our learning session for today is about Zoom Essentials for OFW women, and we are streaming live over YouTube and Facebook. NOLITC GAD Webinar started in 2020 at the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, and it is another innovative project of GAD of NOLITC's Tech4ED Center to promote gender equality and inclusion during this time of global health crisis. My name is Ms. Redel Rente and I will be serving as your host for this event. Kindly post your greetings in the comment section. Let us know where you are joining us from. We would love to know. Let us begin this webinar with a prayer, and that will be followed by the singing of the Philippine National Anthem and the Negros Hymn.
O labing makagagahom nga amay namon sa langit, mahinuklugon nga laon nga tagtugas ang langit, hangin, kalayo, tubig kag duta. Tanda ining imong timawa, Kabay ining pag-ampo magadulot sa amon sang kabuhi nga himaya. Salamat sa mga bugay nga imo ginpaambit sa amon. Salamat sa kabuhi nga ginadulot mo sa amon nga himpit. Salamat sa maayo nga panahon kag ilabi na gid sang imo katutom sa amon. Bendisyone ang imo katawhan. Bendisyone ang ila mga palangabuhian. Bendisyone ang mga panggas sa amon mga talamnan. Bendisyone ang ila nga paglugayawan sa iban nga kapungsuran. Kabay makalabot sila nga walay sablag sa ila pagapadulungan. Kag ila binagid, bendisyone ining isla sang Negros nga amon natawhan. Pinahalad namon ang ining pag-ampo para sa imo kadayawan.
Bayang magiliw kay sa silanganan, alam ng puso sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang inirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisihil. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw, may hilag ang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kisap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagdinigdig. Ang bituin at araw niyang kailan pa may magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng walhagit pansinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Ang hinigaya na pag may mga aki, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo. Sakit ka kapamilya, pag-uligay, pag-inay, pag-ibog, madapat mag-ari sa aking na probinsya. Nagotog na Negrosano, isa katawungan, mapinalang tao, sa bunga dampuan na isakripiso, sa kauswagan, sa sikat tao. Sa kasahan, at wala may mapilig sa kalulong, nananagos ka nagais sa ako. Ang matutot na Negrosano, isa katawagan, mapinalang tao, sa una dampuan na isa't nagiso, sa kauswagan, sa sikat tao. Ang matutot sikat ahon.
Hello there again, and greetings to our participants from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, and to the other parts of the world. Again, happy Women's Month. Allow me to acknowledge our participants who are joining with us virtually. Allow me to greet each one of you who have posted your greetings so far in our comment section. Hello there, and good afternoon to Lorraine Fernandez, Max Payne, thank you for joining. And also, we have here Kim Iris Abaro. Good afternoon to Rachel Obiera, who is watching from Don Salvador Benedicto. Wow, that's quite far. Hello there, Inabel Rodriguez. Thank you. We also have here ZD Lucero. Hello there, Dizon. Okay. And we also have Joshua Clavaton. Thank you for joining. And hello there, Jonna. Hi. We also have Fred Froilan Dabu of our Contact Center Services Batch 211. Okay, another one from Rachel. And also Julina Amamio Mansale. Thank you very much for joining with us. Keep on tuning in, and also share this link to your friends and your colleagues and allow them to watch and learn from this webinar. Since 2020, GAD Talks goes virtual with a series of webinars such as this one. Recently, the center has pivoted to online training and conducted various in demand webinars. This is our urgent and most accessible response to the ongoing global health crisis through providing relevant services and facilitating digital inclusiveness of communities. In 2020, NOLITC also made a milestone when PhilSecNet awarded the center with Pandemic Resilience Award for its support to students and teachers category. We are also recognized nationally as Outstanding Tech4ED Center by the Department of Information and Communications Technology. The three programs of NOLITC are recognized with Star Awards by TESDA, namely 2-star awards in our Contact Center Services NC2, 2-star awards in our Visual Graphic Design NC3, and 1-star award in our 2D Animation NC3. The star rating system recognizes the accomplishments, innovations, and improvements that the center has instituted beyond the minimum requirements set by TESDA. The Learning Center is one of the priority programs of our Governor Eugenio Sebong Lacson. In his 7-point priority agenda, Avance Negrense. Knowledge also offers various scholarship for our free online training, TESDA certified courses, and other special programs through the Negros Occidental Training for Work Scholarship Program with support of our provincial gender and development focal point system. If you want to know more about our scholarship opportunities, please visit our website. That's www.nolitc.gov. These webinars are absolutely free. Okay, so to join, all you need to do is to register once and you will be given access to the entire GAD webinars. Let me also remind you to do your online attendance right now. The link to the online attendance is pinned in the comment section, or you may scan the QR code flashed on your screen. You can also see the link to our webinar, or to the link to the online attendance. All right. I hope that you are doing your online attendance at this point. It's very quick and easy. Just scan the QR code, or you may also type the attendance link to your browser. All right. We will not be able to catch up with all of your comments. So if you have any questions, post them in the open forum form. To participate in the open forum, you will need to post your questions through the online form. Please find the link in the description box below, or you may also scan the QR code, which is flashed on your screen right now. The link to the open forum is also provided And you can see there right in front of your screen. So we hope that you will be able to participate later in our open forum. Our moderator will bring them up towards the end of the presentation. Okay, so you will also be receiving and a certificate for attending this webinar online. You only need to accomplish the online evaluation of this webinar. And again, you can be able to find that later towards the end of this session. You will just scan the QR code, or you may find the link to the evaluation in the comments section. We hope that you are all catching up with me with some of our opening reminders. Can we all greet one another in the chat box or in the comment section rather? Happy afternoon or happy Women's Month. Can we all do that? If you have not seen our previous posts yet, you can always check out our social media accounts. Please follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And to kickstart today's webinar, allow me to introduce to you our moderator for this learning session, who will also be introducing our expert speaker. Our moderator for today completed her degree in Bachelor of Arts major in Broadcast, Communication, and Management from the University of the Philippines in the Visayas. She has 7 years of extensive experience as a reporter and a news writer, where she covered political beat to present local news report in the public radio style. She is currently the school registrar of the center, and she can easily make everyone feel that they matter. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a generous clap to the colleague of mine, Miss Sally Carman Trio.
Thank you so much, Miss Red, for the kind words. Happy International Women's Month to you and to all our viewers. Kag sa tanan nga mga kababaihan, nagakadapat gid nga kamo ang pasidunggan sa subong nga bulan. And please know that you are all appreciated and loved. So this afternoon, we'll have the opportunity to learn about Zoom essentials with the following objectives: to identify the different tools and functionality of video conferencing platform, which is Zoom, and to learn how to navigate the Zoom and how much does it cost to subscribe. Yes, that's very important, right? So we will learn more of that later. Of course, we will be having our expert speaker this afternoon, who is also a very expert on this field. So we will hear from our speaker who knows how to put this into practice. He is a PhilNet passer, or the Philippine National IT Standards Foundation Incorporated, and he is also an adept IT expert of NOLITC, a reliable colleague, and described by his trainees as a pleasant trainer. Yes, I agree with that. So let us all give hand, or a glad hand, to our expert speaker this afternoon, Mr. John Philip Bautista. Sir Philip?
Yes, Miss Sally, good afternoon, and good afternoon everyone, especially to our participants. So thank you for joining our today's webinar.
So I have mentioned actually the objectives earlier, but you think, Sir Philip, this will be an easy task to do? I mean, navigating the Zoom platform, you think it will be easy for us, for the viewers?
For me, for especially for the beginners, so I think it would be not that difficult, but it's just in the middle. So if they could remember all the functionalities, all the buttons, so it would be easy for them. But for the rest who are already using Zoom, so it could add to their knowledge on other features that they have not yet used, or they have not yet discovered.
Because they also upgrade some functionality, right? And there are other tools introduced
Yes, because of the increasing digital evolution, I think there are many features, there are many updates in which it copes up to the digital world.
Yeah, that's why they said that if it's technology, we really need to keep up. So it really pays if we continue learning. So without further ado, Sir Philip, I would like to turn over the virtual floor to you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Sally. So again, hello everyone, and especially to our participants. So welcome to today's webinar titled Zoom Essentials for Women OFWs. So we will discuss more about the specific functions and specific buttons on how to use Zoom. So we will also check how much the price for the Zoom. There are different features of Zoom. There are different types of Zoom. So I'm about to share my screen. So, okay. So again, Zoom Essentials for Women OFWs. So first, what is Zoom? So Zoom is a cloud-based video conference service you can use virtually meet with others. So either by video or by audio or by both. So it's also an application that allows users to make free video calls with an individual or group of people. So they refer to as video calls as meetings. For instance, Zoom can be enable a user to participate in an in-person gathering being held at a distant location. So like an information session or support group. So using a personal tablet, a laptop, or a smartphone, iOS, so or a personal computer, and specific. I mean, the most important thing there is the internet connection. So you can get a Zoom account. So like many applications, Zoom requires new users to sign up with an existing email addresses. So it is very important for users to have a registered email addresses. So whether it's Gmail or whether it's Yahoo or whether it's any platform for a registered email address. So they need also to establish a strong and a unique password. So for the unique password, my recommendation for that is a combination of alphanumeric characters, alphabets, and symbols or special characters. So it would be difficult to probably include your account in Zoom or your your password. So okay, so over half of the Fortune 500 companies reportedly use Zoom in 2009 and 2019, I mean. And it hit even greater heights, racking up 227% growth over the years. So if you could just see the rise of Zoom application to other companies. So they're adopting this kind of technology for their video conferencing or other forms of meeting. So they use this type of platform or they use this type of software for their calls or their meetings. So one of Zoom's main features, so one of its core features is one-on-one meeting. So host unlimited one-on-one meetings even with the free plan. So you could use Zoom with even if it's for free. So you could host unlimited one-on-one meeting. So you could host from a different person, from a different location. So you could use that one. So group video conferences host up to 500 participants. So if you could just imagine how many participants could join in one single meeting. So it could go up to 500 participants. So I think if you are connecting to a 500 participants on Zoom, it requires more bandwidth to your internet because it's very heavy for the system if you are having a low bandwidth speed or a low speed internet, or you are not using a fiber connection. So one of the most important or one of the most useful functions or features of Zoom is what we call the screen sharing. So meet one-on-one or with large group and share your screen with them so they can see what you see. So if you are having a presentation in which you're going to present with many participants, so these features best fits for you. So you could share your screen, you could share video, you could share anything. You could share photos, you could share PowerPoint presentation. So I think that for me that's the one of the most important features if you are using Zoom. You could share your screen. So also recording, you can record your meeting or events too. So one of the main objectives if you are using Zoom is for meetings. So meetings will be, recordings will be part of the documentation process. So you could try to review your meeting. You could take notes if you forgot some notes on your meeting. So you could review the meeting that you have because you had recorded your meeting. So you could save your document or you could save your meeting at your personal computer if you are the host. So remember, I think I haven't yet go to this function. I think the host is the one who could open the recording file or the video file for the recording. So we're going to my next slide. Zoom app downloads. So desktop app is available for Windows and Mac OS. So while the mobile app is available also for Android and also iOS. So the desktop app offers the best experience. So there are some what do you call devices in which they could not install specifically Zoom because the technical requirements does not meet your devices. But for the desktop app, so it is generally advised to use the desktop app for best experience if you are always using Zoom for your meetings. So all the apps lets you join a meeting without signing in, but also lets you sign in using a Zoom account. So you could sign in using your Google account, your Facebook account, or SSO. So from there you can start a meeting. You could join a meeting by entering what we call the meeting ID and the password. So to start a meeting, there's a button there. I will show it to you later. So there's a button in which it has a label of new meeting. You could start a video call and invite participants by sending them your personal meeting ID. So the personal meeting ID will be used for your participants or the person that you want to join onto your Zoom meeting. So join a video call you were invited to by entering the meeting ID you were provided. So there's a new meeting and there's a button for the join. So you could start a new meeting and then you could give them your meeting ID. So the other person will just press join and then provide your meeting ID. So you could also schedule, set a date and time for a video call you want to host and invite others to participate. So that's the understanding the Zoom application. So we will see that later if we will demonstrate the Zoom. Okay, you could also mute or unmute your microphone, stop the video, invite others to the meeting, change your screen name, do in-meeting chat, and start a cloud recording. Also here, so what's the difference between paid and free Zoom? So specifically, if you are going to pay Zoom, you will get more features, you will get more functionalities. So unlike the free, there are limitations for your application or your Zoom. So free users, you can download the Zoom app on your computer or phone and join any meeting with a supplied meeting ID. So you can disable audio and video before joining. You can create a free Zoom account, and from there you can create a new meeting scheduled one, join a meeting, share a screen, and add contacts, and so on. So there are different features if you are a free user. So if you could just imagine that you are using Zoom for free, but you have these features that you could access. So that's one of the good things if you are using Zoom. So even though you are using it for free, but yet you have different features that you could access. So here, the paid users. You can sign up and download Zoom onto your computer using your work email if your system administrator has a pro or a business or enterprise account. So you will then want to sync Zoom to your calendar so you can schedule Zoom meetings and invite remote participants to join. So that's one of the perks if you are a paid user when you are using Zoom. So you could invite others by sending them to their email. So you could what do you call that? You could sync Zoom to your calendar. So those are other features in which it is not available to the free. So also, if you're setting up Zoom Room, you'll need a computer to sync and run Zoom meetings and a tablet for attendees to launch the Zoom meetings. So you also need a mic, camera, speaker, at least one monitor to display remote meeting participants, and an HDMI cable to share computer screens on a display, as well as internet cable for your connection. So here are the Zoom subscriptions. So this is not a what do you call that? I don't want to promote Zoom, but at least I'm showing you how much it costs for a Zoom application if you want to subscribe. So here, if you are using Zoom for free, so this here is free. So you can hold an unlimited number of meetings. Group meetings with multiple participants are capped at 40 minutes in length, and meetings can't be recorded. So if you could just imagine, you could have a Zoom meeting with a duration of 40 minutes, but the problem there is you cannot record your meeting if you are using Zoom for free. So at least you have a duration of 40 minutes. So that's quite long enough for a meeting. So we have also here Zoom Pro. So this costs for $15 exactly. And the meeting host, it allows to create personal meeting IDs for repetitive Zoom meetings, and it allows meeting recording in the cloud or your device, but it caps group meeting duration at 24 hours. So that's the function of Zoom Pro. So we have Zoom Free, we have also Zoom Pro. So right here we have what we call the Zoom Business. That's around $20 per month, and a meeting host minimum. So you could have a multiple host in a single meeting. So if you could just imagine, there are several persons that could mute participants, that could remove participants. So it would be easy for the host if there are many co-hosts or there are many hosts in a single meeting. So they could remove participants. So they could add functions, or they could collaborate with you in a single meeting. That's one of the advantage if you are using Zoom Business. So there's also company branding. It offers a transcript of Zoom meetings recorded in the cloud, as well as dedicated customer support. So that's one of also a great feature. You have a dedicated customer support in terms if you have encountered problems, if you have encountered bugs, if there's a problem with your connection using Zoom. So you have a dedicated customer support. So we have also here what we call the Zoom Enterprise. So Zoom Enterprise, this also costs around $20 per month. So and per meeting host, that's 100 minimum, and it's meant for business with 1,000 plus employees. So if you have a company, if you have a friend who is having a 1,000 it has a 1,000 plus employees, so you could recommend Zoom Enterprise so that it could hold, or it could cope up to the needs of 1,000 persons if they are simultaneously joining a single Zoom meeting. So if you could just imagine, there are 1,000 persons in a single meeting or single Zoom application. So it offers unlimited cloud storage and recordings. So that's also an advantage if you are having an unlimited storage when it comes to saving or recording your meetings. So optional Zoom rooms. If you want to set up Zoom rooms, you can sign up for free 30-day trial, after which Zoom rooms require an additional of $49 per month, and room subscription while webinars using Zoom costs around $40. So I guess as per the pricing, I think it is also updated. So if you could just check the Zoom website or the Zoom application for the exact or the specific price for each subscription. So we are going to discuss also about Zoom securities issues and updates. So also in the digital world, we are experiencing security issues and updates. So early in the 2020, concerns were raised about Zoom, both in terms of security and problems with unwanted guests known as Zoom bombers. So there is a term there for unwanted guests that is called Zoom bombers. So we will discuss what Zoom bombers is all about. So those are persons who automatically join your meeting without you giving them the meeting ID or without you inviting them for that meeting. So with the increased subscription of Zoom, so therefore there are also a risk in terms of the security of the application. When there is a growing number of persons who are what do you call that, who purchase this type of software. So the company made moves to counter these issues and reassure users about the importance of security and privacy. So it is very important that your system or application is very secure, and the privacy of the system or the software is high. So this includes simple things like removing the meeting ID from the title bar of the call. So if the user shares screenshots online, the meeting isn't exposed to future abuse. So this usually happens if there are persons sending screenshot of their Zoom meeting, and then the meeting ID is exposed to the other person. So they could see the meeting ID, they could see the passkey or the password of that meeting. So you could encounter Zoom bombers. So those are the unwanted guests or unwanted participants that are joining your secured meeting on Zoom. Okay, so what are Zoom bombers? The rise in prominence of Zoom lead to the service to being abused by internet trolls. So I think most of you encountered this on the internet or mostly in social media, and people with too much time on their hands. Some individuals were hunting down public and insecure Zoom meetings and letting themselves in, then bombing other people on the call with graphic videos, pornography, and other inappropriate content. So if you could just imagine you are on a meeting, and then someone will share a screen with graphic videos with those types of inappropriate content, and they will not unmute their microphone, and then they will what do you call that? They will play a loud music, in which it could interrupt a meeting, or probably it could end the meeting as well. So those are the things that Zoom addresses in their security issues. So they address these issues by adding some security features to the application. Okay, next slide. So default security updates. Zoom has been updated with security changes to reassure users. One of these has been the requirement for a password as default for Zoom meeting. So this combines with virtual waiting rooms, ensures that only those people who have been invited to the call are actually allowed in. So this is one of the specific reasons in which Zoom has been updated, because of security issues. So one of these updates has been the change to reassure users for their password requirements. So only those persons or only those participants that had been given the password are allowed to enter the Zoom meeting. Okay, Zoom has made it easy to manage and secure your meetings when they're happening. So there are a range of security tools you can now access with couple of clicks, including the ability to lock the meeting when it started. So if these features is quite good, because you could now lock the meeting so that no one can join the meeting if they are late. So new people can join, remove current participants on the call, muting participants, and disabling private chat too. So you could, if you are holding a public meeting on Zoom, you could automatically, if you're the host, you could automatically mute participants to your end, so that if someone would enter the Zoom meeting, so they are automatically muted, so they could not what do you call it? They could not make noises to the meeting itself, because they are already muted. To access the Zoom security tools, you can now simply click on the security button that appears in the window when the call is happening, or hover a participant to interact with them, specifically to remove them from the call, for example. So that's one of the Zoom security tools. So it is now possible to report participants on the call who aren't welcome or are causing trouble, as well as removing them from the call. So you can now send a report to the Zoom Trust and Safety team to handle misuse of the system. So this is one of this feature is very good, actually. So this excuse me. So this will help block them from the service in future and interfering with other calls too. Excuse me. And then click report. So in October 2020, Zoom unveiled the public beta for on Zoom. So this is one of the newest updates for Zoom. That's what we call on Zoom. It is described as an online event platform and marketplace that allowed paid users, Zoom users, to create, host, and monetize events such as fitness classes, concerts, stand-up, or improvised shows or music lessons. Excuse me. So if you could just imagine that you could monetize your Zoom using this type of fitness classes. So I think with the rise of the pandemic, so I think this is one of the good application that Zoom has evolved into. So that's what we call on Zoom. So they have created this type of software to monetize events such as fitness. So if you could just see on the television, they are using this type of platform, like they are, what do you call that, they are having concert using Zoom. So they are having music lessons, so that it would be advantage for the host or the persons who create this event to monetize or monetize these types of events that they are creating. So okay. So recording Zoom meetings on mobile. So it is possible to record Zoom meetings and calls on mobile too. However, this is done via cloud recording, so you need a paid Zoom membership in order to use these features. So as you could remember earlier, I've discussed the Zoom for free. So these features will be available for paid Zoom membership. So you could record your Zoom meetings on a mobile phone. So it is also worthy noting that cloud storage is limited. So be careful how many meetings you record while using the mobile app. So I guess you need to record your Zoom meeting, the important Zoom meetings that you have created only, because as we know that the storage is limited. Okay, here are the steps to record Zoom meetings on mobile. So open the Zoom app on your mobile, click join or start a meeting, click the three-dot menu on the bottom right of the screen, click record or to the cloud or record. So you'll see then a recording icon ability to pause or stop recording. So I will show you that later. So removing background noises from your Zoom calls. So Zoom has introduced settings that allow you to adjust the audio on your call and remove unnecessary and unwanted background noise. So this one of also of great features using Zoom is that you could remove unnecessary noises or background noises. But also with the help of noise cancellation headset, or if you are using that one, so it would be very good if you are using also a noise cancellation headset when you are on a meeting using Zoom. But it has also a feature in which you could remove unwanted background noise. So we will check also that one later. So how to improve your microphone quality using with AI. If you don't have a perfectly peaceful office to work from, then you might find things that are a bit noisy and less professional for your calls. So Zoom also offers this type of features in which you could adjust your microphone quality. So using, just install the Crisp app and then select Crisp app as your microphone in the app settings, then you'll have a clear audio. So you don't have to worry about those noisy, what do you call that? Things that you don't know on the microphone. So Zoom virtual background. So others find this very fascinating if you are using the Zoom virtual background. So if you could see on my screen, I have also a virtual background. So this one of the features in which they find enjoyment by clicking different types of backgrounds. So you could create different types of backgrounds. So you could include also like space, cityscapes, and ocean views too. So with Zoom virtual background, you can upload an image of anything you want to customize your background. It is also available for both iPhone and desktop. So if you could just imagine, if you are on a meeting, you could choose your background. So specifically, mostly they are choosing planets, they are choosing outer space, they are choosing beaches. So they are choosing on different places. So it's a bit fascinating if you are clicking different types of virtual background on your Zoom. And also, you could upload an image of anything you want to customize as your background. So you could upload also your picture as your virtual background. So how to use virtual backgrounds on desktop. So it is fairly easy to get with Zoom virtual backgrounds on a Mac or PC. For instance, just open Zoom client and just click virtual background on the menu, and then there are wide variety of virtual backgrounds that you could choose. Also, Zoom provides a few virtual backgrounds. Click on the one you'd like to use. So plus sign above on the left, sample backgrounds, choose an image for your computer and add it. You can also add a virtual background during a meeting in your Zoom client. So choose a virtual background, and then you will see the same virtual background page. So the company recommends using a green screen and a good webcam to get the best result, but it is possible to use a virtual background without a green screen too. So it is in terms of the virtual background, to achieve the best possible result of the background, it is recommended that you are using a green screen or a background of a green, or probably a wall which is painted green, so that you could get the best result of your virtual background, especially if it is a high resolution image. So but it is also possible to use a virtual background without using a green screen too. But it is also important that if you are using a virtual background without a green screen, the best thing is you have a what do you call it, a graphics card on your computer devices. So with this is one also of new features of 49-person gallery view, in which you could view 49 persons or 49 participants in a single screen. So rather the default 25, depending on the device that you are using. So if you have a participants, if you have a number of, for example, you have 100 participants on a single meeting, so you could, what you call that, you could view the 49 persons on your gallery if you want a screenshot or a photo op. So there are 49 persons, 49 person gallery view you could add to the feature. So you will need the Zoom desktop client for Mac OS. So that's it, to enable the option display up for the participants per screen in a gallery view. So Zoom keyboard shortcuts. So this is applicable for Windows and Mac OS. So Alt A for command for unmute audio, Alt M or command Control M to mute for everyone except the host. So Alt S to start screen sharing, Alt R or Command Shift R to stop or start local recording. So Shift or pause or resume recording. So Alt F1 or Command Shift view to speaker with video meeting. So we're going to the next slide. Okay, I think that's it for my PowerPoint presentation. So I'm going to share another screen. Just wait for a while so that we could demonstrate on how to use the Zoom. Okay.
All right, so thank you so much, Sir Philip. So while you are fixing for the demo,
yes,
I guess, do you need some time or a break, water break,
Yes, thank you.
before you proceed?
Yes, miss. Thank you.
Okay. So, meantime, while we are still waiting for Sir Philip to have a water break, so it's so nice to know that we have learned a lot from his presentation. He doesn't have to go through demo yet. We still have to learn more of that later. So, we have learned about the use of the virtual background. See, you don't need green screen in order for you to use a virtual background during your Zoom meeting. And as what Sir Philip have said, there are a lot of Zoom background that you can use, right? So while we are still waiting for Sir Philip for the demo, let us have this PCW or the Philippine Council for Women Advocacy in line with this Women's Month that we are celebrating.
Game, 1, 2, and...
Paa, tuhod, balikat ulo, itakwetan, baywang at sus. Huwag mong titigan ang hindi sa'yo at maging disenteng tao.
Pare, ang catcalling ay isang uri ng sexual harassment. Di biro ang sexual harassment at di nakakamacho ang pang-aabuso. Isang paalala mula sa Philippine Commission on Women.
Ang sumitsit ay bang-mang-mang, ang sumipol ay bang-hunghang, ang babae sa lansangan, huwag iritan kundi igalang.
Pare, ang catcalling ay isang uri ng sexual harassment. Di biro ang sexual harassment at di nakakamacho ang pang-aabuso.
Huwag iritan kundi igalang.
Isang paalala mula sa Philippine Commission on Women.
Chong, 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 pasipol-sipol, mga manong sa labas, magtigil at gumalang, kaya ikaw sara bibig, kundi maganda ang lalabas.
Pare, ang catcalling ay isang uri ng sexual harassment. Di biro ang sexual harassment at di nakakamacho ang pang-aabuso.
Kaya ikaw sara bibig, kundi maganda ang lalabas.
Isang paalala mula sa Philippine Commission on Women.
All right, so I guess our resource speaker is already ready for the demo. Sir Philip, are you ready?
Yes, miss. So,
all right, okay, take it away, Sir Philip.
Thank you. So I'm going to share my screen for our Zoom application demonstration. So just wait for a while. So okay, so this is the main interface of our Zoom application. So if you could just check here, there's a button for in which you are the settings of the Zoom. So you could sign out, you could buy license, or probably you could switch account. So we have here these icons. We have here for a new meeting. So if you want to start our video call and invite participants by sending them your personal meeting ID, you will just click this one. So if you are a participant, so you will click the join button provided with the personal meeting ID. So to join a call or a video call, you were invited by entering the meeting ID that you were provided. So schedule. So set a date and time for a video call you want to host and invite others to participate. And also share screen. Enable other persons or other participants to see your device's screen from their own computer, tablet, or smartphone. All right, so we are going to click new meeting. Okay, so we are going to join with the computer audio. So if you could see here, the mute and unmute microphone. So usually muted unless you are the participant speaking. So we have also here the start video button. That's to turn the camera on and off. So we have here manage participants if there are participants. So this says participants if you are not the host of the meeting. So the raised hand to let the meeting host know that you would like the opportunity to speak and or ask a questions. A prompt will appear on the host screen. So the raise hand button. So let's check if there is a raise hand. But as of now, I could not raise my hand because I am the host of the meeting. but there is a raised hand here in which the host will be notified that you are that you want the opportunity or would like the opportunity to speak and or ask a question. So for the share screen, so you could share screen on the other participants. So also in this button, the chat button, so allows everyone in the meeting to communicate by typing messages. So you could specifically type your messages. So for example, hello, or I would like to I am here. So chat, it allows everyone in the meeting to communicate by typing message or their message, or you could specifically chat a single person, or you could select everyone on the meeting, or you could select a single participant on the meeting. So you could also add a file on this chat box. So you could upload a file from your computer, Microsoft SharePoint, Google Drive, Dropbox, Microsoft OneDrive, or other platforms that are connected in Zoom. So if you could see here, the end, what do you call that? The end. Okay, we're just going to close this one. So if you could see the end meeting button, so it will stop the video call or hang up. So it will automatically close the meeting if you press this button. So we are going to proceed with other functions. So for the other functions of our Zoom, so we have here the settings for our audio, the settings for our video. So those are the things that we are going to discuss. So for the audio, we will going to select this one. So for the audio settings, here are the general settings of the functions of Zoom. So for example, for the general, so when you click this one, so start Zoom when I start Windows. So this function specifically, when you turn on your computer, when you turn on your desktop devices or your laptop or other computer devices, it will automatically prompt on your desktop the Zoom itself. So if you don't want to automatically prompt Zoom or automatically display on your desktop, so just unbox this or untick this one. So when close, minimize window to the modification area instead of the taskbar. So use dual monitors. You have here enter full screen automatically when starting or joining a meeting. So this function, when you automatically start or when you automatically join a meeting, it will automatically resize the screen of your Zoom into the full screen mode. So automatically copy invite link once the meeting starts. Always show meeting controls. Show my connected time. So those are the things. Stop my audio and video when my device is locked. Integrate Zoom with Outlook. So these features, you could integrate Zoom with Microsoft application called Outlook. So automatically keep Zoom clients up to date. So if you press this one, when there's an automatic update or there's a new update available for the Zoom, it will prompt you to update the Zoom application. So you need to have a good internet connection to update or automatically update your Zoom. So we have reaction skin tone. So you could check those one. So we are going to proceed with the next settings. So we are going with the video. Okay, so right now we are going with the video. So if you could see on my screen, I have a dual screen right now. So you could check my video. So you could press their original ratio, HD, so mirror my video. So you could touch up my appearance, adjust for low lights, or you could use here automatic. And then for the camera, so you have a choice for your camera depending. It depends only if you have installed camera. So right now I have dual camera on my desktop computer, in which I could select the other camera or the next camera that I have. So if you could hear the USB video, that's for the webcam, and then this one is the HD Pro webcam, the Logitech webcam. So I could select a different types of webcam on my camera or in the setting of for the video. So I think that's it. So we have here enable stop incoming video features, hide non-video participants. So you could check those things on the Zoom. So also here, maximum participants displayed per screen in gallery view. As what I've said earlier, we have 25 participants, or we could have 49 participants in a single screen gallery view. So right now I don't have any participants on my Zoom. It just exclusive for me only. So we are going to proceed with the audio. So right now I am using a real-time definition. So this is one of the most important things when you are using Zoom, because mostly other persons don't, doesn't know how to select the correct speaker, the correct microphone. They are having trouble with their microphone. Mostly they are having trouble with their microphone. Even though they have a microphone installed, but they could not select the proper microphone that is installed on their desktop devices or on their devices. But if you're using mobile, so it is automatically feeded to the system. But if you are using desktop, so it's very difficult to sell. I mean, it's not difficult. I mean, sometimes it's a bit tricky to select the proper microphone or audio devices. So we have here automatically adjust microphone volume. So suppress background noise. So this feature is to suppress the background noises that are feeding your microphone. So high, typing, dog barks, computer fans, pen taps, faint background noises. So music and professional audio show in meeting enable those original sound. So here, mute microphone when joining a meeting. So you could click this one so that if you want to join a meeting, and then it will automatically mute you so that you could not emit unnecessary noises when you are joining your Zoom meeting. Okay. So here we have what we call the share screen. So you could automatically press full screen mode, maximize window, maintain current size of your share screen. So these are the functions for the share screen. So you could share all windows from an application. You could share desktop app. You could show all sharing options. So you could have also a side-by-side mode. So you have enable remote control of all application. So that's for screen sharing. So for the chat, so you could show record button. You could show code snippet button. You could show link preview. You could show profile photos next to direct messages. So if someone's been messaging you, you could see the profile photo of the person that is directing the message to you. So you could change my status to away when I'm inactive. So you could change the theme of the left sidebar. So this is the left sidebar. So you could what do you call that? You could change the theme. So also one of the important features here is manage block users. So you could block users on your Zoom meeting. So you could manage them by adding them or probably by unblocking them to your Zoom meeting. So you could change the way how you view your unread messages in a channel. So you could start the first unread or start at the last unread messages. So for example, if we are using a Zoom meeting for a webinar, so there are pop-up questions on the webinar, and then you will read those messages in which those messages are key in first, or you could start at the latest messages or the latest questions if you are having a webinar using Zoom. So here, these are other functions. So play sound when I receive messages. So I think that's one also of the great features. If there's an available message on your chat or a private message, it will automatically prompt you by playing a sound. So here we have Zoom apps. So as of now, I don't have any Zoom apps installed on my Zoom. So, so here, one of the most fascinating features of the Zoom is changing your virtual backgrounds. So I could choose blur. I could choose this type of image. I could use this grass. I could use earth. I could use northern lights, in which I think this one is a video. So if you could see on my background, it's moving. So I could change into the beach. So those are the things. So if you could see, the beach is moving. So that's a video virtual background. So we have also here video filters. So you could change your video filters. So you could add additional settings to your video. So I think this is necessary, but we could try to press anything in the Zoom. So if I would press that one, there's a black hat. So if I press the hat, so it will automatically adjust to your video or your face. So we have other here. We have AI Captain video filters, in which I could automatically add this type of video filters on my Zoom. So you could add different types of features on your Zoom, or I mean in your virtual background, specifically video filters. So I could use this one, shades. So I could use the 3D eyewear. So to remove those things, there are, what do you call that? To remove your this type of, you need to unpress this features. So just select none so that it will be removed. So you are going back to your original video. So I think that's for video filters and virtual backgrounds. And also for your virtual backgrounds, you could select that I have a green screen. So as of now, I don't have a green screen on my background. So if I could just press this one, and if I'm having a green screen, so my virtual background will be at the best possible result if I have a green screen. I could also mirror my video, so I could mirror my video. So if you could just look at that. So, and also one of the great features is you could add image or a video of your choice. So as what I've said earlier, so you could add your picture. You could add a picture of your house. You could add different places, like for example, Eiffel Tower. You could add coliseums or other things here as if you press this button. So now we are going to the, what do you call that? We are going back to the recording. So if you could see here, I'm the host of my meeting. I could store my recording at my desktop computer, at the local computer that I am using. So you could change this one by clicking the change button. So you could record on, what do you call that? You could record on the cloud. You could record on your, you could save your recorded file on your external drives, your flash drives, or on a different location on your local computer. And it also shows here the storage space that you have, that remaining storage space on your local computer. So you could choose a location for recorded files when the meeting ends, record a separate audio file for each participant. So if you just imagine, you could record a different or a specific audio file for each participants, add a timestamp to the recording for documentation purposes, place video next to the shared screen in the recording, or keep temporary recording files. So if you could see on the recording options or recording settings, there are many things to consider here. So for profile, you could edit your profile. You just press your profile, you will change your name, you will change your photo, you will change your profile photo. You could upgrade your Zoom features to Pro. You could view advanced features. So here, the statistics of your Zoom. So the statistics is basically over your desktop computer. How much memory that it consumes, and the overall memory that it consumes. So it's very recommended to have a good specification of computer when using Zoom. You could also you could see what network connection that I am using. It's wired, it's cloud, so the encryption algorithm and the version. So I think for the keyboard shortcuts, you could easily navigate your Zoom using your keyboard shortcuts. And for the last one, we have accessibility. So there are many things to consider on the accessibility. So audio muted by host, you could enable that. Screen sharing started stopped by participants. So this basically on the accessibility features, you could limit a person, or you could limit participants in which what they are doing on a Zoom meeting. So you could limit them, or you could restrict them. Actually, you could restrict them on what functions they are enabled to, or what they are functions they are restricted to. So so again, I think that's it for this the what do you call that, the demonstration for our Zoom. So I guess we are going back to Miss Sally. So again, thank you for listening to our Zoom for women.
Thank you so much, Sir Philip. So that was a quite comprehensive presentation about Zoom essentials. So I know that our viewers this afternoon have really learned a lot from you. And we have here some sets of questions. Are you ready, Sir Philip?
Yes, miss. I'm ready for.
Okay, so our first question, do I need to subscribe to Zoom in order to use this video conferencing platform?
It is not necessarily to subscribe to the paid Zoom, but you need to sign in or to create an account for Zoom to avail the Zoom for free. So it not necessarily you need to subscribe on any subscription on Zoom, but you need to have a Gmail account, or probably you could register on the Zoom to use Zoom for free. So you could host a meeting there.
Okay, so you can still use it, but there's only a limited
Yes.
time
There are,
to
there,
use.
there are limited functionalities. For example, if it's for free, that's only for 40 minutes.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
but you don't need to subscribe on Zoom to use the video conferencing platform. But again, it's only for 40 minutes.
So there's a limit to that. And what about the functionality or the other tools that you can use? Can you still use it even though you are not a licensed subscriber of Zoom? Like the one that you presented, the filters, like that.
For the
You can-
filters, I guess you could use those things if you're using Zoom for free. But there are
Alright.
specific features that you are restricted. For example, you could not record your meeting if you are using it for free. So those are the things that you need to consider if you are using Zoom. If you want to subscribe, or you just want to use it for free.
Okay, so I hope that's clear to those to the one who asked this question. Okay, let's proceed to the second question, Sir Philip. Is there any difference in accessing Zoom application through your personal computer or your mobile phone? What's the difference between accessing it in PC?
I think there's no difference if you are when it terms the functionalities and the application on the application. So there's no difference at all if you are using your computer or your mobile phone. But I prefer to use it on my PC because you could have a bigger screen. You could have a great you could insert different devices like your microphone, your video camera. So you could insert different devices if you are using, or you could attach different devices if you are using your computer. But on your mobile phone, I guess it's just built in. The microphone that you are using on your mobile phone will be the ones that been used. The camera on your mobile phone will be the ones that will be the default on your Zoom. But in terms of functionalities and buttons, I think there's no difference at all. But I prefer to use it on a computer.
All right. Okay. So at least there's no difference when it comes to functionality. It's just that maybe probably the screen size, right? So to our viewers in Facebook and YouTube, you can actually post your your questions in the comment section, so we can read it and ask Sir Philip here. But before that, Sir Philip, we have here a question from our open forum link. Okay, so how can we identify the different tools using functionality?
How can we identify different tools using functionality?
Probably it's just asking about the tools, no, that are being used.
I think I think what the question is implying is what are the functionalities that are available if you are using the free Zoom, if you are using the paid subscription. I think that's the question that.
Or the tools in general. So either way, Sir Philip, can you please answer that to give?
Yes.
You
So
know,
if you are using a free Zoom, you have also the share screen button. You have you could mute your participants. But for the paid subscription, you could record your Zoom. That's the first thing. You could remove participants. You could automatically mute participants and just unmute the host. So those are the functionalities in which differs from the free. So for the free, you could not. I think you could not mute participants, I guess. and then you could not record the meeting itself. So you don't have a documentation. You don't have the functions for the 49 gallery view, 49 person gallery view. So those are the specific functionalities that are different from paid and free.
All right, so I hope that's it. Actually, what I like about the application is aside from the filter, it's the studio effects. Because if you are in a meeting and you don't have any more time to, put on some makeup or what, you can, right, Sir Philip? You can just
Yes.
put in like lipstick and other things in the studio effect. So anyway, is there any other question? If there's none, Sir Philip, your parting message or yeah to our viewers this afternoon.
Yes, Miss, thank you. Again, thank you once again for attending this webinar. I hope you could attend future webinars on if you could just visit the NOLITC page on Facebook, so you
Yes.
could see there different types of webinars or future webinars. So
Mhm.
you could register to our future webinars and keep updated using our social media page. So thank you once again to the participants. Thank you, Miss Ellie, and thank you, Doc Tina, also.
Thank you. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Our resource speaker this afternoon, Mr. John Philip Bautista. All right. So I hope you guys have learned a lot from his presentation. Essentials or Zoom essentials. I know this is very important nowadays, especially that most of our webinars, even online class, are being done through Zoom. All right. So without further ado, I would like to turn you over now to our host for this afternoon, Miss Red Dawn Laurente.
Thank you so much, Miss Sally. We would like, of course, to express our profound appreciation to our incredibly cognizant expert speaker, Mr. John Philip Bautista, and to our exceptional moderator for this webinar, Miss Sally Carman Trio, for her superb facilitation. Shall we give them a virtual round of applause? And if you like this webinar, share some virtual reactions. Give this talk a thumbs up or share your insights in the comment section. We would really love to see and to hear. And we would love to know what are your insights or what were you able to learn from this webinar. Shall you give us a virtual heart reaction or send each other a virtual hug reaction? There you have it. Thank you very much. And please allow me as well to thank our very engaged and active participants. We are very much grateful for your time and interacting with us virtually. Thank you as well for sending your questions and for participating in our open forum section our session rather. Thank you so much. We have here some greetings and messages coming through in our comment section. Thank you very much for sending those. We do really appreciate your time and your participation. I also would like to emphasize how you can get a certificate for attending this webinar online. Please provide us your evaluation through the link provided in the comment section, or you may also scan the QR code, which we will be flashing on your screen. Okay, so or we will be sharing the link to our evaluation in the comment section. Or you may also scan right there. You may also scan the QR code flash on your screen right now, or you may access the link to our online evaluation in the comments section. I hope that you will be able to type your email address correctly. Be careful with the spelling of your names and your email address so it won't bounce back. The online evaluation or the link to the evaluation site will be open only until 6 o'clock this evening. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This concludes our second Gender and Development webinar entitled Zoom Essentials for OFW Women. On March 15th, that will be next week, we will be airing the third episode of NOLITC Cares webinar with the topic Parenting and Social Emotional Learning, or SEL. That is very interesting. See you in the same platform that you are currently using. You should be able to receive a link through your emails as well. So that's it, everybody. This is Red again, your host for today, reminding you to stay safe, keep on smiling, and keep strong. Knowledge inspire, knowledge cares, avance negrense.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.